Right, everyone. We're laughing because we've just done an outtake already. We've only started video in 20 seconds. So this vlog this week is a special one because it's about our little baby girl, isn't it? Yeah. So we're going to talk all different things about the pregnancy, about how Leah's feeling, about how I'm feeling. So I've wrote a couple of questions down here. I don't really want to keep looking at the questions. I want to sort of ask it and then speak. So the first sort of thing I want to speak about is the story of how Leah got pregnant. So I think it's quite a long sort of answer this. So I'm going to try and cut it down a little bit. But I think the first time we started chatting about it was probably about a year ago. Maybe a year ago.
Oh, yeah, it probably was a year ago, yeah. I was thinking earlier this year, but the first time we mentioned it probably a year ago.
Yeah, the first time it got sort of brought up and discussed, I think was probably like this time last year, maybe something like that. I remember going to a bonfire night that I took you in.
It was when we went to the fire.
Yeah, and we both sort of looked at each other and was like, wonder where we're going to be this time next year. I wonder if we'll have our own home or... And then we just brought baby into it.
We didn't live together at that point either.
No. But we've been together well over a year then.
It was next about 18 months.
Yeah, 18 months we've been together then. So we didn't live together because, long story short, my dad was really ill. I wanted to stay at home with him. We did have the opportunity to move out last year. I didn't take it because of my dad. So we've been together 18 months. Our relationship's progressing. We're talking about moving in with each other. The next step of our relationship. So baby did get mentioned, just briefly though, wasn't it?
It was like... It wasn't like that's a definite thing. We just said that might happen.
Yeah. And then probably got mentioned maybe once a week after that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, maybe we might do it, and it's a little bit of the butterflies, a little bit exciting.
Yeah.
Because we both thought that we'd never have any more kids. We both pretty much said no to that, didn't we?
Yeah, I was set on. I wasn't going to have any more kids.
Yeah.
I didn't have the best experience first time, so I was like, that's just not happening for me again.
Yeah, it was a big stern no from both of us, really. So we knew it must mean something if we're both having the thought, or maybe one day, you never know. And then I think Christmas time, it got mentioned again.
Yeah, especially we have both the kids together, and it's a nice time, like at Christmas.
Yeah,
it does make you think.
Yeah, definitely, because they had a nice Christmas, obviously, and we did, and then I think going into this year, I think it was getting stronger and stronger. Then in January, February, it did get mentioned quite a bit. I was actually living at your old home, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because my dad was really ill, so we didn't want Colby to be around. My dad being ill and stuff like that. So I was, say, 90% of the time at yours.
Much, I think you'd go back to help out.
Yeah.
So often.
Yeah.
He needed you.
I do my best to be there for him and stuff, but it was mostly protecting Colby. So then I think being together more as a family, with the kids together, with us together, we started to build the excitement a little bit more. My dad died in February.
Yeah.
Beginning of February. Should know this really, but...
Yeah, it was February.
Yeah. And then things got moving quicker. We moved in together. I think it was just sort of like, now's the time.
Yeah, I think we moved... When did we get the house? End of March? Early April?
Early April, I think it was. So we got the house in early April, and I think we just sort of was like, right, we've wasted... Not wasted time, but we've been really, really slow in everything that we've done. You was
living your life based around being there for your dad, which was understandable, but you'd sort of put things on hold for yourself.
Yeah, massively.
Which you was always going to do. Was, you wanted to be there for your dad and spend that time with your dad.
Yeah.
But then I think it hit you afterwards, like a couple of weeks after he died, that you put everything sort of on hold.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, if you think it was moving house and having a baby was very quick, but for us, it wasn't really that quick. It's been,
No.
if you think about it, we would have moved in last year.
Yeah, we probably had the
Then-
house and everything.
Yeah,
last year,
then
and we
another
let the
year
house
later,
go. Yeah.
we would have had a kid.
But as well, because we've already got kids, we'd already had that family unit and living like that as well. So it wasn't like we weren't thinking, oh, what will it be like, or we'd already built like a family unit. So it seemed
definitely.
a bit more natural to us than it probably would have done.
Yeah.
If we never had kids.
And then for the big sort of what happened, we went to a psychic medium a day before my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he didn't know we was together, didn't know the relationship or anything. I went first. I went in the room. Is that right? I went first, didn't I?
Yeah, you went first.
Yeah.
I was in
And
another
then
room.
you sat in another room, didn't you? Yeah. And then he said to me, "Oh, you're gonna have a baby girl," and of course it's like, okay. Said all different sorts of things, but that was the main thing for this topic of conversation. I went to change the room. I went back to where you were sat. You come in the room, didn't you?
Yeah.
And what did he say to you?
He said the exact same thing to me. He actually said about 2 baby girls, but then he couldn't tell me if they were both ours or if one was like a friend or a family member around at the same time. My friend, one of my best friends, is actually pregnant at the exact same time with me, but with a little boy. So whether that's
it's
that
very,
was
very
it, or
close.
whether there is another girl coming, but it's not right at the same time, I don't know.
Could be ours.
I was worried it might be twins or something like that.
No.
But yeah, he said the exact same to me. It was only towards the end of the reading that he actually asked if we was even together, because he didn't even know my name when I went into the reading. He didn't know anything about me at all.
No.
And I'd purposely hided tattoos and my ring and everything like that. So he couldn't get really anything from just looking at me. And he said the exact same thing to us.
Yeah. So after that, it was like, I think we just sort of went home and was chatting about it and was like, wow, there's a good possibility now that...
Because if we're honest as well, if we had another, we said we wanted a little girl.
Yeah.
We would, obviously, if we had a little boy, it still would have been amazing. But because we've got 2 little boys, it's always you're going to think, like, it would be really nice to have a little girl.
Yeah.
So that was, like, nice to hear.
I think 3 lads. We've had experiences of bringing a little lad up, buying for them for Christmas and stuff like that. I think we both got excited over the fact of, oh, imagine a little girl at Christmas getting her dresses and, you know, dressing her up in different things. Even Barbies, like, you know, I can imagine myself playing with Barbies now, and it's exciting to me that now at my age and being a dad. I can't
wait for all that because I'm sick of Spider-Man and...
Yeah, we have Spider-Man and Fortnite and all that boy stuff, which is it's great, but, you know...
It's nice to have something different.
Yeah, I mean,
you're saying that, but she might not be any different. She might want to just join in.
Well, she might, but that's fine if she does. But I know that you really like musicals, and you're sort of hoping that maybe she's... It
would be nice to take her to concerts and musicals and all the Disney stuff and have someone to do that with.
Yeah.
Because obviously I go to like JLS concerts and things like that, and I can't take Harrison. He's not interested in me. Although Harry will come to musicals with me, but it's only like select ones that he's interested in.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have a little girl who, hopefully from being really young, likes music, and
I'm sure she will.
Disney wants to do all that.
Yeah, I'm sure she will. So having the psychic was a big sort of like confirmation that if we want to go for it now, we can sort of have it. You know, it's like having that confidence. So there wasn't a doubt in my mind that if we started trying for a baby, it's going to happen quick.
There's people who are cynical, aren't they, and probably think, well, that was just a guess, but it was a lot of the things that he'd said around that as well. The things that had already happened, the things that happened at the time that he'd got spot on and he knew absolutely nothing about us.
Yeah.
So you do have to take something from it and be like...
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been to him before anyway, and he was really good the first time I went a few years ago, and obviously he was telling me things what my dad said to me when he was alive, so that was confirmation as well. Yeah. How would you get that? How do you know that information?
He knew about like courses that I was doing at the time and everything and qualifications I was going for, and he didn't even know my name, so he couldn't have known that.
Yeah, so he's very good. So we sort of knew that if we wanted to go for the baby situation, there's a good possibility that we'll go for it. We'll probably get pregnant straight away, which it did happen. I mean, Yes, baby girl's course was planned. If you want to get that out there, because you never
Yeah.
know, do you? And then 2, it happened very quick. It was probably the first, was it a month?
Yeah.
First month?
I was convinced it, because we got the house, and so we found out a week after moving in, didn't we, that I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting it to be that quick, so I was surprised, because I'd been on birth control for years, since Harry was 7.
Yeah.
And I've got Crohn's disease, so from being young I was told I might struggle getting pregnant, because I've had a lot of abdominal surgery. I've had like colostomy bags and my gallbladder taken out and part of my bowel taken out, and obviously messing around, there's always a chance as well, because I've not got a great immune system, that I might not get pregnant easily. So I didn't think much of it. I thought it might be like a few months of trying, and then we'll see.
Whereas me, I was very, very confident straight away. I didn't see any issue, didn't see any reason. We're both fit, we're both young. I don't see any issue with, I was really confident.
Well, I thought the birth control would need time to come out of my system, but it was like it didn't even have a chance for that to happen.
Yeah.
I'm still a bit surprised at how quick it actually was.
Yeah. Well, I'm sort of not, but yeah. I'm glad it was quick though, because I don't know, if you try and
Yeah.
some people try for years and they never happen.
We're very lucky. We are very lucky that it happened like that for us, because obviously it's not always the case with a lot of people.
And then when we had the gender reveal, I think I was like 90 to 95% confident it will be a girl through the reading, but also through other things.
I'm still at the point where every scan we have, I get them to check. Or I'll look myself to see if I can check that it's a girl.
She's been checked now 4 or 5 times, hasn't she? Yeah, it's definitely a girl. All right.
Just got this feeling, because she's got everything's just pink. And then she was born and it's a boy. Everything
that we've bought at the moment is pink, so, and a little bit of white in there, but it's mostly pink.
Because we've not had that before. Everything's Spider-Man and dinosaurs.
Yeah. So he thought, right, we're gonna go all in on a girly girl.
Anything Disney.
Yeah. So now I want to ask you how you felt. So start from the start pregnancy. How did you feel the first trimester?
The first trimester, I think I was just tired more than anything. I did have a bit of sickness, and I was worried, because with Harry I can never remember the name of it, but it's where you have really bad sickness all the way through. So I was in hospital a few times with Harry with sickness and dehydration. So I was really concerned that it was going to be maybe even worse this time, because it can be with your second.
Mm-hmm.
But the sickness was just like little waves of it, and tiredness that we'd get in bed and come like 7:30, I'd be like fast asleep.
Yeah.
But that was fine. It was when it got a little bit later on, I ended up in hospital, didn't I?
Yeah, around 17 weeks, was it?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah. It started with, I think I had gastro, and that was a separate thing, but I don't think my body ever fully recovered from it, which led into the next issue, which was tachycardia, so with heart palpitations, my breathing, it was going dizzy, so I would like stumble over and things like that. It's been a lot better, because I got signed off from work, so I've been able to rest. I think I was doing too much at that point, and I wasn't resting or letting myself recover. So then I ended up in hospital for a week. So that's not been great.
No. And then of course, like, the hospital, what happened at the hospital and stuff like that. He was in for 5 days, and there was a day where she didn't even get fed, and I'm quite a chill person, I'd like to say, but even at that time I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, you like to say something.
Yeah,
I'm not. If I'm in hospital, I've spent a lot of time in hospital, so I get to a certain point where I will start saying something and I will pull them up on things. And I was just getting more and more frustrated, and there was a doctor that just was very patronising and not very nice. So that hospital, as I was potentially going to have baby that if I was to go in hospital, so I didn't feel great about that. Luckily I've moved to a different hospital now, and I won't be dealing with them, and I did have to put a complaint in, so that wasn't fun that week. And then when I got out, I started to struggle a lot of my back and my hips, which I'm struggling with a bit at the minute, which is pelvic girdle pain, so I'm on pain relief for that. So in some ways Harry's was easier, even though I had the sickness. I think I've got a lot more this time that I'm dealing with than I did last time.
A lot bigger, aren't you?
A lot bigger. Even though, like, we've been measured and my stomach's measuring small, but I was so small with Harry, I didn't show till really, really late on. I do feel a lot bigger this time, but they are still saying that I'm measuring small, but I feel really big. I mean, the growth scans and stuff, she's around right where she should be, but I feel bigger.
I mean, we're sort of, it's a mad situation really, because my family are big babies. Kobe was £9.6. My uncle my nan gave birth to my uncle at home. He was 10 pounder. We've had 11 pounders in my family before, but Lee has Crohn's.
Yeah, so you tend to carry smaller with Crohn's. So Harry was only £6.14, but he was still 2 weeks early, so he was a decent weight for when he was actually born. But with Crohn's, you do tend to carry smaller. So I'm having growth scans every 4 weeks.
4 weeks, yeah.
Just to keep an eye on her. But when she's having the scans, it's just when they're measuring my belly, it's under the chart. But when she's having the scan, she's like in the middle of it. So it's just keeping an eye on it.
So we have that dilemma, don't we? Where my family's big, you've got Crohn's, so where are we going to land?
I don't think I can physically carry a baby as big as what your family do.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I don't think she'll be as big as that.
We'll have a look at the end, how much she weighs when she's born. But so next question for you. How do you feel about having a baby girl? I think we've sort of answered this already, but we've got 2 lads. Now it's time.
If you'd have asked me a few years ago, I would have said I don't know if I would have wanted a little girl, because I didn't think I would bond with a little girl. I don't know why. I just always felt like I would have a little boy. But then as time's gone on and I've got older and Harry's got older, and you see what their interests are in, I feel like I will be a lot more connected to having a little girl now at this age. And I'm really excited for it. It's like Kobe shouted me this morning and was like, Harry shot me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh no. Like, I don't connect with that type of playing. That's not how, I don't know what to do in them situations. They're play fighting, and I'm just like, I don't know, I can't play like that. That's not how I play. But when I was little, I loved baby dolls, and I loved like real life simulation of having a doll or a little kitchen or a doll's house. And I think with a little girl, I think that's where I'll sort of come into my own a little bit and be able to play with a little girl a lot more than I can with the boys.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was when I was younger. I just thought I would always be like a boy mum, but I am really, really excited for it now, especially when we've been buying like the little clothes for her and stuff like that.
It's nice. It is nice.
And it will be nice if I can take her to musicals and Disney and concerts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
See, it is exciting. And I'm excited to see you with a little girl as well.
Yeah, probably protective as anything, probably. Because I'm already feeling like that, and she's not even here yet, so... I think it's different, like being a lad, and you've got this sort of, you go with 2 lads and you go and play football with them, and you're a little bit like, before you're a bit like, of course you're like, are you alright mate, but it's sometimes you're like, come on, you know, you're hard, don't want to be too soft, don't want to be a bit balanced, and
you can't be like that because they're both very clumsy anyway.
Yeah.
So you'd be forever like being soft with them, and because they're always falling over, so you have to be a bit like tough with them.
So I'm curious to see how I'm going to react myself, because I don't actually know. Because if she falls, I don't think I'll be like, get up. I won't be like that anyway, but I think I'd just be a bit more, come on, pick her up and comfort her.
I know what you're like with me and stuff as well, so I do feel like you'll be a little bit different
caring
with the girl. Compared to the lads.
I am caring with the lads, don't get me wrong, but I do know what you mean.
Well, you play fight with them and you're a bit more rough with them, and I can't see you.
Well, because they can take it, can't they?
It's all going to depend on what she's like when she's here as well. She might be completely different. She might like playing with the lads and playing football. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, if that's the case, then we've got a little girl football on our hands, and I'm not going to complain. But and I don't mind. I think it'd be nice to have a balance.
A bit of both.
Yeah, like I can imagine her wearing United, so watching United with me at 3:00, and then by 5:00 she's got a princess dress on, and I've got I'm around a table with different characters making cups of tea and stuff. Yeah, so that was our next question. Oh, this is a great question. This is a great question for you. It'll be funny answering. How did the kids feel and react to knowing they're gonna have a baby sister?
How would you?
Just be honest.
They weren't best pleased about having a little sister. They were adamant from the beginning. They were excited about having a baby, but it had to be a little boy, and they wanted a brother. I think Harry's come round to it more now.
Yeah.
Kobe's still sort of coming round to it a little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
But he does say the odd thing, and it's nice.
Yeah.
But Harry stormed off in the gender reveal.
Yeah, so we had the gender reveal. Pink come out. You know, the kids were there with us, weren't they?
Yeah.
We were made up. You know, so happy. Kobe's a bit like looking at the sky because all the pink went over next door, so he's sort of looking at that. Too busy looking at that, and then it was like, "Where's Harry gone?" And then someone said, "Oh, he's actually gone through your front door and he's sat on the path."
Yeah.
So he wasn't best pleased, but he's definitely coming around to it now.
He's coming around to it now.
I think I've heard him say a couple of times, "I'm going to get baby this," or "What? Let's dress baby up in this," or stuff like that. I mean, if he mentions it, then you know that something's progressing.
I think it's quite a standard thing, though, that the lads will want a brother and a little girl would want a sister.
Yeah, and no matter how many times we said, "Are you sure you want a brother? Like, you have to share your toys. Well, if you have a girl, she might have her own toys." No, I want a boy. But yeah, we finally.
They're adamant they're not going to play with Barbies.
Yeah,
they're not
it
going
was
to watch
me.
Barbie.
And
They've no interest in it. But
yeah,
they're older as well now, like 5 and 7. When she's here and she's pottering about, so they'll probably go off and do their own thing anyway.
Yeah, I think so. They are getting older now, aren't they? So that leads me on to my next question. What do you think the difference will be? We've got 2 lads. We're getting a girl involved. What do you think the difference will be? I could actually put this into a 2-part question. So, being a parent to a girl, and what do you think the difference will be bringing them all together as well?
I don't know if I will be any softer with a little girl.
I don't think you will be.
I am the stricter one out of.
Yeah, I think I'll be.
I'm
soft.
quite like structured and.
Yeah, I can be, but I also don't mind. Sort of.
But you'll rile them up when I'm like, right, no, this stop now.
Yeah, I do like the playing side a little bit more. Yeah, I like playing, messing about.
I really don't know. It's an odd one to answer because I've not been around girls either because I've got nephews, so it's completely different.
And I'm an only child, so I've never really. This is my first experience being around kids. I've always felt like I'm going to be good with a baby girl, but you know.
I do think I'll come into having a baby a lot easier and more, and probably enjoy it a bit more this time because I'm older and I've got more knowledge and I'm not as stressed as I was at that point. So just in general with having a baby, I think will be a lot different this time.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it'll be because she's a girl or.
That's going to be interesting. We are really excited to get it involved. I think like anything, it takes a couple of weeks to. We're like zombies that first couple of weeks.
Well, it's a transition from 2 kids to 3.
Yeah.
Which is never going to be easy.
Yeah.
No matter how you do it.
No. But it'll be fun. We can learn from it. We can. I'm sure after a month or something like that, we'll start getting the system and.
You'd say it's time for you to fall into a routine.
Yeah. I mean, we've
find what works.
Pretty much got the first month she's born, we've got it off work. Obviously you have anyway, but I have as well. Which makes it, easier and we can just sort of go with the flow more. Don't worry about getting up early and stuff like that. Just go with it. If she's up at 2:00 in the morning, go downstairs, make a cup of tea for you.
I stressed too much about the night feeds last time and was sort of wishing for the part when he would sleep through. And he did sleep from quite a young age, Harry, so it didn't last very long. But I'm not going to do that this time because it's so quick.
Yeah, go with it.
You might as well enjoy that time. At night when they're having a cuddle. And
you never know as well. What if this is our last baby? You just don't know, do you? No. We haven't made any plans, obviously, to make any more. So it's like, well, what if this is our last one? Let's enjoy everything, make the most of everything. That's why we're doing these videos as well, to see the family growth, to look back on it. You're 28 weeks pregnant now, last trimester. Let's make a video discussing how you feel, how we both feel. Is there anything that you've learned? Last question, this one. there's anything that you've learned that you take into parenting now. So something that you think, yes, that's...
Probably to just stress a bit less than I did with Harry. Like I've just said, where I'm not wishing it away because it all goes very, very quick.
Yeah.
And each age is very different. So you're wishing them to start walking or start talking or sleeping through. But it goes so quick and it's here before you know it. That then you miss them times when they weren't like pottering about and they wanted to be on your knee. And
it does go quick, doesn't it? It really does. Like the blink of an eye, you think, oh, I'm the same as you. I think I'm the same as you. Just slow down a bit more, because I couldn't wait for Kobe to get like talking and telling me about his day, but then I think, well, he's not a baby anymore now.
No.
And then I don't know. I think with baby girl, of course I'm excited to see her with little pigtails in, and you know, talking to me about everything and how she's feeling and what her hobbies are, what her interests are. It's amazing when they get a character. You know, they're talking to you and they've got interest and stuff. I love it, but
I think it's more nice to just take each age as it comes.
Yeah, and enjoy it as much as possible.
Try and not stress as much as I did last time.
Yeah.
And obviously Harry had to go to nursery from he was about 4 or 5 months when I went back to work. This time it's not going to be the case. I want to be off with her for as long as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And try and enjoy all that. I felt like someone else brought him up for me in the first year. Like that, and I don't want that this time, so I want to enjoy all of it, even if it's stressful.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
My job as well, I get a lot of time where I'm at home and still getting paid, you know, so it's like if I'm here, I want you here with me and family, and really make the most of family life.
Yeah.
So that's, but definitely to answer my own question, be in the moment more and take every day in that moment and don't rush it, you know, just enjoy the little things, even just having her on my knee and feeding her.
Don't compare them to any other kids as well, because they're all very different.
Yeah,
she's
massively.
Not walking by a certain age or...
Yeah.
You know, everyone's different and they will do it at some point in their own time.
Just encourage her, but don't insist on you have to walk at this age. Just encourage her, and if she doesn't, it's not her time, but she will, trust me, she will, because she's been kicking.
She doesn't stop.
I've been able to feel her since 17 weeks, is that about right? Yeah, 17 weeks I've been able to feel her, and she's just getting stronger and stronger the bigger she gets. She's 28 weeks now, and she's basically non-stop, isn't she?
Yeah, she's just stopped moving. So she's not got a pattern really, she just moves non-stop all day.
Yeah, she's so active.
So yeah, I think she'll be up and about quite early.
Yeah. Which will be fun because we'll have to keep eyes on the back of our heads.
I know.
But yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. It's been really fun. I like these little videos, I like making them and like asking you questions, and obviously I like talking about baby girl because it's a very exciting time for us. So yeah, thanks very much for watching and have a nice day. See you later.